wonder what that painting is of. Do you think he lives alone?
Probably.
Yeah. Who would marry that?
It's so boring.
He'd fall asleep talking to him.
I mean, he's the only professor who's having classes during winter break. Come on.
Right?
Oh,
Obviously, he lives
Oh,
alone.
we were gonna get canceled. Like the class is gonna get canceled.
Such a loser.
Okay, settle in, class. Settle in. If you're here for Philosophy 101 and you can't remember last week's lesson, I'll make sure I'm very thorough. Anyone? No? Okie dokie. Anyway, I'm very excited to share that we have a new student joining us today. Everybody, please welcome the one and only Mrs. Claus.
You mean the Mrs. Claus?
Hello! Oh, it is just so lovely to be here. Thank you for the warm welcome, Mr. Sherpin.
It's Professor Sherpin.
Oh, yes, of course, dear. Anyhow, I've wanted to go back to school for years, but things have been so busy managing the North Pole for Mr. Claus that my dreams just took a back seat.
Well, it's good to have you here. Now then, today we're diving in to Descartes' theory of...
Oh, you see, the North Pole only has Elf University, but they said I was too tall, and now that everything is on this, what do you call it? Zoom? Well, with Zoom, I realized I could attend any school I wanted, no matter how far. So here I am, a real college student.
Thought the North Pole and Mr. and Mrs. Claus were all made up.
Me too. I stopped believing when I was 9.
Oh my God. Does this mean Santa actually got my really angry letter after I didn't get my Polly Pockets?
And that means that Santa knew what I did under the bleachers freshman year?
Oh, okay, class. I think we're getting a little off topic here.
But of course, dears, Mr. Claus is always watching. A little too much, if you ask me. It's a lot of pressure. That's why I finally decided it was time to leave him and pursue my own career. I couldn't live in his shadow forever.
Wait, so you're like not together anymore? Details, please.
Oh, well, it was a snowy winter's night when I was cleaning up in Santa's workshop.
No. We're not getting into a full-blown children's story here. We're moving on to Descartes.
Oh, Professor, I assure you, this story is definitely not appropriate for children.
Mrs. Claus, well, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I think it's better redirected to the lesson before we get too far behind. You understand.
Oh, why, yes, of course. My apologies. Please do go on.
Thank you. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Descartes' theory of Cartesian dualism.
The very next day, I gave it away. This year.
Mrs. Claus, you're not muted. We can hear you singing.
Oh, I am so sorry. It's just this little jingle I overheard earlier. The kids are singing it. It just seems to be stuck in my eggnog. And anyhow, how do I? What is it? What is it called? Mute?
Just never mind. Let's move on with the lesson. Descartes believed that the mind and body were separate from one another. The idea, otherwise known as mind-body dualism. Janice, yes.
Mind-body dualism?
That's correct. What Descartes meant by this, of course, was that the mind and the brain and the thought. Mrs. Claus, you're sharing your screen.
What? Oh, what? Oh, Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. All this talk about Descartes and it just made me think of my shopping cart and I was just looking at some toys for the kids, for the kids. And just how do I turn this damn thing off? Oh, reindeer poo. Oh,
I shouldn't even have to say this in the classroom, but there's no online shopping in my class. I know we're on Zoom, but this is still a college classroom and it will be treated with civility and respect.
So just, you know,
Yes, James, thank you. Go ahead.
asking for a friend. But if I were to say, hypothetically, of course, want something kind of sort of expensive for Christmas, would I still be able to ask Santa for it, even though I'm older?
Oh, good question. Ditto! Mrs. Claus, can we still send in requests?
How can you disrespect Descartes this way? He's a legend.
I'd love the latest iPhone.
Yeah, and I'll take a Peloton.
my, we sure do have a lot of requests here.
We haven't even gotten to Kant or Hume or Socrates. We've barely scratched the surface.
Oh, oh gosh, it really is getting quite late. I should go make sure that the cookies, I need to make sure that they are in the oven. I'll just be right.
So you're telling me that you just show up to shit all over my class and now you're gonna just leave because some cookies are in the fucking oven? Cookies?
I will have you know, Christmas cookies are really quite a priority around here.
I could really go for some cookies right now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go bake some right now and work on my letter to Santa.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Over Descartes' dead body, you will. Sit your asses down right now before I knock all of your minds right outside of your bodies and prove Descartes' Cartesian dualism theory right now.
Well, someone is definitely going on the naughty list this year.